unbiased, I think overall the most tedious thing is what?
Can I separate this into
Go
three
for it.
parts? So part one of my part one is gonna be building. Most tedious thing of building a Gunpla kit are the legs. Always, no matter what kit you're building, the legs for me always seem to be the most annoying. I don't know
Is it
why.
the legs or is it the feet?
The feet are usually simple. Like I can knock that out easy. It's usually 6 parts, right? If a high grade, if it's master grade, 13 at the most. If it's a leg, and if it's newer generation leg with all the gimmicks and knee joints,
RG leg,
an RG leg, bro, that's a whole nother kit. That's a whole nother kit. You're like, I don't know this is RX-78-2 featuring legs.
literally.
Like, bro, there's so many parts, and I just sit there thinking, why did I start with the legs? And you know what's the most annoying thing too is where it says 2X on the thing, and you're like, all right, we could just do this 4 times.
Dog, that takes the wind out of my sails.
And you're just like, oh my god, I just want it to stand. I just want it to stand. And what sucks is that if you start with the legs, it makes all the rest of the kit get more annoying. Anytime you start building the arms, you're like, God dang it. All right, let's go with the arms. And then you get the chest, okay, I feel a little bit better. Then you get the head, okay, I feel fine. Then you have the weapons in the hands, and you're like, oh, right? But if you build everything else, you're having a great time. Then you end with the legs, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Wait, no, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to bed. I'm just going to do it tomorrow. Forget it. Yeah. And you just get up and go to bed. The thing I like, the thing now that goes in hand with the best part is that when you finish the legs, it stands up on its own. And I don't know why, but you just get a sense of accomplishment when you have a pile of pieces that is now standing on its own 2 feet. And you're like, I did that. I get why having children is awesome, because if that's what it's like, where it's like, you can't stand, you can't do anything, right? You're just rolling around the floor collecting dust, right? And then eventually it stands up. You're like, all right, cool. I did that, right?
I don't know, brother.
I've never seen Coop look at me like that. I've never seen that face. That was the most. Yeah, that was the most. I don't know if we should have invited this guy on.
The most I'm rethinking his contract face ever.
Yeah, like until that mobile suit don't shit on itself, man. Well, let's know that right now. It stands up in a matter of moments, not months. Right?
Another note: don't joke about that with Cooper. All right, that's in the little list over there. All right, and then next part is going to be painting. The most tedious thing about painting is putting it on the goddamn alligator clips. Putting stuff on clips and then separating them. Like, say, all right, this is going to be gray, this is going to be black, this is going to be yellow, and I put each one and I take apart my kit completely. So I have to go through every single piece. I know.
Sick man.
I know. Have you seen my hair? Right. So I have to go through every single piece, put it on there, and I don't know why. It's like and I hate it, but I do it every time. It's like, it's like chewing your nails. It's bad, but you just got to do it. And you're just like, all right, cool. All right, I'm done. I hate myself. But the best part of it, though, is that once again, I don't know why, but with the gun, I've kind of become this new infatuation of just doing circle patterns and watching the color like develop and mixing colors and making colors and just having a whole breadth of like color in life. That because I think color equates to life very, very emotionally. So creating colors and just making them has kind of awakened something in me. It's really beautiful. Yeah. And then and then I guess the last part would be taking pictures of kits. Editing is a goddamn nightmare. You guys know me, I take 300 pictures and I edit all of them and I use 6 of them. So
you're crazy for that for sure.
Yeah, I have literally a 2 terabyte hard drive with pictures. So I mean,
so out of all those 3, what do you think is the most universal thing? You say we got Austin's, which is what is Austin's? I guess this goes into like least favorite part is what?
Repeating a step over and over and over again. So that legs, when you get the ×2, when you get the funnels ×6, or if you're really unlucky and you get that thing with like the super funnels when it's like ×10, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool. This is why I hate my life, right? And you're just like, all right, cool. Let me just not finish this. And then you're like, then you're just like, ugh. And it's tedious. It's so tedious. I mean,
I think that's the most universal thing. There's up there the ×6 on a funnel. Not like it's not like times 6 on like maybe hands. A funnel itself is like an
same
RG
thing.
funnel. It's like a fucking
The definition of insanity needs to be changed. It's not about doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. It's doing the same thing over and over again, knowing the exact same result's going to happen, and you have to do it again.
correct. Well, there you go, people. Austin's least favorite thing is the times 2 or anything times anything.
Legs. The
Legs.
Jesus.
What are you, no, not the arms?
The
Shoulders,
arms. I think psychologically, it's knowing the arms are smaller. It just doesn't, and usually they have less parts. Mostly, like it just, I don't know, something just doesn't kick off. The legs, I just look at it, I'm just like, Jesus, help, baby Jesus, help.
CD, brother, what you got? What is CD's least favorite thing? The most
CD's
tedious?
least favorite thing to do.
What do you think is the most universal thing?
Most universal. I'm gonna go with Austin. That the times 6 times anything. That shit out the window. But personally, is getting the kit ready for paint. So that's the clipping it out of the runner, the first initial clip, clipping it again to clip that nip away, hobby knifing the piece, and then sanding it. That shit. I have so many kits in these boxes because of that step. Because I can't get over that shit sometimes.
Out of those steps, though, which one is like
The worst?
the worst?
Sanding.
Sanding gotta be the worst out of those steps.
Sanding is the worst because sometimes you sand too much. Like on a piece that has an edge and you done sanded it and it's just like this now.
Flat and going in.
Ah!
Or you sand a little bit too much with a harder grit, right? And then you try to go back over with a lot. It's like I can't get the dust out of certain pieces. I gotta go and wash it out. It's like
in the crease here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or you forget and then you go to paint and it's just rough as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It used honestly for me, it used to be water slides. I used to hate water slides. Now I
Really?
because now I don't get to follow pictures. I just sit there, cross my legs, and like, oh, this looks cool here. This looks cool here. This looks cool here. So I'm like really like thinking about it. That's dope to me. But my favorite part though, the whole process is painting. The painting and everything laid out like Austin said. You the yellows, the whites, the reds, the blacks, painting, and then putting that shit together.
When it all comes together, it was all worth it.
Before the weather, before the decals, before anything, when everything's painted, you can finally put it together, and you can finally stand up and like, all right, I'm starting to see it now. Just through the whole process, like, all right, this shit's gonna be terrible. That's always my thought. As I pick the colors out, I'm like, all right, this shit's ass. I know it. Oh, look at this. This green and pink is not gonna go together. And then you put that shit together, and you're like,
it worked.
And what's also a plus is right when you're at that stage, it's smooth sailing from here.
Right.
You have no clipping, no nubbing, no anything like that you got to worry about. It's all just smooth.
Until you chip it though, Austin.
Until you chip it.
Can that be part of the process? Like storing the kit in between like sessions? I'm good for a chip or a smudge every time, bro. Every time.
Damn. That's a doozy. That's a doozy, man. It makes you stressed. It's stressing me out thinking about it right now, man. About all of what y'all talking about is like I feel like it's negative energy.
Right.
Man, to go into my least favorite part, my personal least favorite part would probably be water decals. No lie. Because one, it's the battle of how many? When's enough to like? Do I want this kit to look decaled out, or do I want the old school animation? And shout out to the homie Sunset Dry. He did his Zaku like that. It was just like smooth. He did the F2 Zaku, I believe. It was just a smooth paint job,
hand painted,
like 6, 7 decals. It was just like, damn,
it's a thin line, isn't it?
Right, dog. And it's thin. In the moment that you add, let me put that there. Now let's take this. If in your mind you're like, you know what, 4 decals would make this look perfect. The moment you put that 5th one down, we're going to the water, baby. We're doing about 15 more. It's like, golly, that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to do that. So that is my least favorite part of the process is definitely the water slides. It's exciting, right? Because you get the G reworks, right? G reworks got the presentation. Presentation look good,
right?
Oh man, I ordered it. Coming in. Oh yeah. Oh okay, cool. I see that. Blah, blah.
It's dessert.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, man. It's dessert.
Yeah.
Final course right there, baby.
Yes,
It.
Yeah. We got the G reworks. We got the I got the mark setter. Boom, we good to go. And then you get about that thigh that got 4 decals in the front, 4 decals in the back, and that's just one thigh. You know,
it's like man, it's dessert, and then you figure out you have to bake it. I have to bake it.
Yeah. and then what happens? You flip the box over, sugar free. What?
You take it out the oven, it falls just like
oh. So that's my